Brian, do you want to know about today's sponsor?
Go for it, bro.
Because you and I are going to the moon mobile.
Especially for the first time since the last one was, in fact, a hoax.
Yes, probably don't know if that's the one we're going to talk about today, though. It's a new innovative mobile service, To the Moon Mobile. It looks nice.
It's easy to remember.
Do the graphic. TTMM, as we're going to call them, is a revolution among UK mobile operators, and it's the first network to have flexible bundle choice.
I know what you mean. There's a lot of, it's very, you pick your package, you stick to it.
Yeah, exactly. Not with these
Sick
guys.
of that.
There's a little thing you can go, on the app.
Really? You just slide over?
Yeah, slide around. But not only that.
I love sliding in.
They also have a crypto wallet, which is your guide into the world of cryptocurrency.
It's about time I got on the gravy train. See all these YouTubers, I'm buying, whatever. None of yous have made any money. This is where the big lad comes in.
Right, okay. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like being tied down to a contract.
I like being tied down, but not to a contract.
Yeah. On TTMM, they allow you flexibility. So on the app, you can basically go,
I do like that. Just switch it up.
And not only that, with free UK calls and messages, it's easy to find the bundle just for you.
Do I want to pay for my calls and messages? No. Thank you very much.
Thank you, TTMM. But you also get to keep your existing number. So, sometimes you swap contracts and they go, I'm going to have to give you a new number with that.
I've got a real bad memory as well, so that helps.
Their cryptocurrency wallet on your mobile is fast and it's, more importantly, secure.
Storing up to 18 types of currency.
Yeah.
With quick withdrawals.
I didn't even know.
If there's one thing I like, it's a quick pullout.
Yeah, right. The great thing is you can view the rates in dynamics.
You can also top up the crypto wallet from a bank account or from another crypto wallet and exchange one cryptocurrency for another.
And starting is very easy.
Just for registering and going through the verification process, you can get up to 100 quid put in your account.
Yep, and the amount of pounds that you get is completely random, so it's absolutely fair. You might register and get 100, you get something up to that. Look how much I got.
Money for nothing, lads. Yeah. And if there's one thing I like in life, it's that.
Right, yeah. So you can try your luck as well, and you might be able to forget about top up for a little while.
So if you want to try it out, click the link in the description below and get your bundle from To the Moon Mobile. But for now, it's time for True News.
Just when you think you've got true news in the can, then a super exhibition comes along to change your day.
Genuinely, last night we were about to upload True News, and then it broke. Logan Paul versus Floyd Money Mayweather.
Super exhibition.
Whatever that means.
What the fuck does it mean, Brian? I had to Google Floyd Mayweather. Turns out he's sort of a boxer from the 90s. Very famous man. He also played one of the Ninja Turtles, which is why he's got the branding all over him. I'm really excited to see him in the ring and see if he can withstand Logan's onslaught for God knows how many rounds in this super exhibition.
I just want to say, well done, Logan.
Well done.
You secured the bag.
You could fund the kickoff for 8 years.
This is the biggest thing to happen to YouTube ever.
Ever?
That's it.
Sorry, but equally the other way, this is the biggest thing ever to happen to Floyd Mayweather.
This will be up there in Floyd's list of most watched fights. This will be top 3. It'll be nearly 4 years by the time he fights, since he's had a fight. It's against a YouTuber
who lost his last fight.
His only pro fight. So the last time Floyd fought was against an 0-0 boxer in Conor McGregor. And bear in mind, Conor McGregor had world titles under his belt in MMA. Logan Paul fought KSI, didn't win, and now he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. 2020 was it's been a weird year. I really never thought we'd be still in December saying, I just can't believe this.
I can't believe this.
This is not a good look for Floyd Mayweather at all, in my opinion. When you're a pro fighter, known as one of the greatest ever, and you've got to then make money by fighting people who, and let's be clear, are not professional boxers. Logan Paul is not a professional boxer. He's had one other fight with the guy who was also not a pro boxer. Having a pro fight does not make you a pro boxer. Mm-hmm. Having 20 wins as a pro boxer makes you a pro boxer.
Right.
This is what Floyd Mayweather dedicated his life to. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he comes out of retirement to fight an entertainer, people are drinking the Mayweather Kool-Aid so much that they will just ignore all of these facts. Do you really think Floyd is a great businessman because he's doing this to make money now? This is like circus type shit.
I'm starting to think that great businessman actually means the opposite of what people, because there are many people in America who go, he is a great businessman. You just find out they're just tossers.
Floyd literally has made hundreds of millions of pounds by boxing, and he claims then, it's my investments, it's my investments. 50 Cent called this years ago when he became very good friends with him. He said, that man spends money like it's going out of fashion. He will be fighting till it's fucking 50 years old. Bear in mind, what is he now?
7 years left.
43. When is he? 44?
He will actually he will literally be celebrating his birthday days after fighting Logan Paul.
He'll be 44. Not what you do when you've made all that money and you're comfortable and you don't need to make any more. You don't risk 50-0 against an entertainer who is twice the size of you for the laughs. The guy is clearly spending a lot of fucking money, and he's doing this because he needs money. If you don't believe that, I can't help you.
Question.
I just can't fucking help you.
I don't think you can help these people anyway. Do you think this will actually count towards the record because it's a super exhibition?
It won't. It won't even be 50-1. However, you're getting in there with a way bigger guy. If Logan Paul, by some fluke, and when punches are flying, anything can happen. If Logan Paul connects and knocks out Floyd Mayweather, and mark my fucking words, unless the rules are all in fucking Floyd's favour and we don't know what the fucking hell we're getting ourselves into. Right. When a man Logan's size hits a man Floyd's size, a knockout can quite easily occur. So to risk all that for, he just wants to secure the bag. No, he should already have done that. This shouldn't even be necessary. I really wonder what pro boxing fans were thinking of this, because they hated KSI versus Logan because of all the attention this got. Now you're king. Now one of the GOATs is forcing you guys to literally be dragged back into this, but now you've got someone on the line. You can't ignore it. YouTube's kind of taken over boxing. It's fucking insane. Jake Paul was the main fucking thing that people cared about over a Mike Tyson card. No one gave a fuck afterwards about Mike Tyson. It was all about what Jake Paul did. Those are facts.
Is this going to be Logan basically saying to him, like, the boxing community don't respect you, this is undermining you, why have you had to take this fight, you're a fucking idiot for doing this, and at the same time being like, there's a chance I catch you and you go down, planting those seeds?
The boxing community just took a very deep breath, because they're going to be thinking, what if Floyd loses to a fucking YouTuber? They don't want that. No one in boxing wants that. But guess what? I want that.
Right.
I want Logan Paul to decimate Mayweather in the fucking head, collapsing him on the ring, out fucking cold. I will get up on this fucking table. I will be dancing on the grave of Floyd Mayweather.
Just making a note here. Reinforce table.
I am going to laugh my fucking cock off if this happens.
Live.
We will be live.
He will remove his penis
when is
live.
It? February what?
February the 20th, 2021. So anyone out there that sponsors blades, Brian's going to laugh his cock off in 2021. If you want to be the blade that helps me remove that penis, get in touch.
All right, we've hyped it up. What actually happens? That's the real issue. Mayweather, in his last fight, comfortably beat Conor McGregor. McGregor came at him. He let him punch himself out a bit. Then he came on later on in the round and he stopped him. He looked good. He didn't look prime Mayweather by any means. Not as quick as he used to be. Not quite as sharp as he used to be. But still very good. Logan, on the other hand, had a fight against another YouTuber. Logan looked probably technically a bit better than KSI. But KSI had that aggression and that fighting mentality and came after him. And obviously there was the point deduction as well. But overall, Logan wasn't landing enough punches to be considered at a pro boxer level. I felt like a lot of those later rounds, I was just looking, thinking, you're not landing enough here. You're not being aggressive enough. Your accuracy isn't quite there. Timing isn't quite there. Floyd's head movement and just general movement is going to be way better than KSI. So this is a big issue. It's going to be very difficult for him. In the time since that fight, by a lot of accounts, Logan hasn't been boxing a lot. Whereas even if Floyd hasn't been boxing a lot, because he's been doing it since he was a baby, he'll be back where he was pretty quickly. Logan, on the other hand, has very short amount of time to come up with a strategy in order to beat Floyd Mayweather. I never thought I'd be saying these fucking words, Lawrence.
No.
I never thought I'd be saying those words.
I never thought I'd be saying this. I think the best strategy is Jake in a wig.
Jake does look good in his last fight.
Yeah.
So the size difference is massive. We're talking 5'6.5" versus 6'3.5". Mayweather 150 pounds, Logan 200 pounds. Yes, the skill is completely different, but Mayweather is used to fighting other smaller guys. Logan is huge. You got to use your reach. You you got to use your jab. In my opinion, the jab of Logan is what could potentially win him this fight, because you haven't got all the time in the world to fucking make the, like, Mayweather is not going to hit that hard for Logan to take. Trust me on this. Later on in the rounds, if Logan tires out, etc., that might be a factor. But early on, every advantage in terms of physicality is with Logan. That reach, he has to make that count, because I don't think Conor came in with a good strategy. Conor came in and put all of the pressure on himself to take the fight to Mayweather. What Logan needs to do mentally, I think, before this fight is goes to Mayweather, you're the boxer, come and knock me out. If I sit here and do nothing, you're the one who looks like an idiot, because you can't beat me. You're the one who should be beating me. Mentally, get the pressure on Mayweather to take the fight to him. Mayweather is at his best when he's being defensive and countering you. So if you can make him come at you a little bit more, you might have a bit more success. I know that Floyd Mayweather is far more intelligent in a boxing ring than me. This is just the ideal scenario for a friend of Logan who wants to see him win this fight.
Well, call him privately and tell him that. You don't need to tell him in front of millions of people.
Well, they want to hear this as well.
Right.
Don't overcommit. Don't fight on the inside. As soon as he comes near you, throw that fucking jab. He needs to be throwing that jab out every few seconds. It needs to be there constantly. Try and get a decision win. Don't even worry about a fucking finish. This is all on Mayweather. Put all the pressure on him. He's the pro. He's the legend. And if you can outland him, or at least look decent, you've won the fight. I mean, whether or not you actually win or not, who gives a shit? If you make Floyd Mayweather look crap in any way, you've won.
Right.
This basically just makes Logan Paul the biggest star on YouTube, by the way. Like, it just does. The biggest thing a YouTuber's ever done. You know, I'm not knocking anyone else. You got KSI, who's took it to new levels, PewDiePie, all of these big YouTubers have done great things. This is out of this world. You know, he's gone to mainstream. Like, when him and KSI fought, like, a lot of people in the entertainment industry, boxing industry covered it. But this is, the whole world will be talking about Logan Paul now. Credit to him. It's fucking amazing.
And if his brother's anything to go by, well, it's going to be a good fight.
Jake Paul recently knocked out Nate Robinson. You all seen it.
Everyone.
Insert the...
It's a problem because the world saw
Problem
it.
child.
Yeah. Not just because it was NBA or YouTube, everyone outside of that saw it, because it was on a Mike Tyson undercard. And turns out Mike Tyson is quite famous, so...
Here's the problem. Jake Paul stole the fucking show. The whole thing was quite
wishy-washy. You're a bit
that main event was fixed.
Yeah.
But anyway, should we
watch the...
Your boxing hero get chinned by my YouTube hero?
My boxing hero.
Our heroes.
Right.
Against each other.
Yeah,
my guy.
I'm not sure Nate
Boom!
Robinson was... Okay.
There was a lot of that.
A lot of locking up. Do you think Jake initiated that? Or?
No, I think the minute Nate got near him, he didn't really know what he was doing, so he was like, just grab a hold of him,
Looked
really.
quite happy to be there in a way.
See here, he's thrown a little bit, but his hands are just in the middle of fucking nowhere. Keep your hands up. Rule number 1.
That's a basketball rule as well. Yeah. Always be ready for the ball. So
receiver.
The thing is...
He did receive a big blow to the head right about now.
Bang.
Just keeping it honest, after rewatching the fight, the referee should have ended it right about now.
Funk Soul Brother,
right
check it out now. Why should he have ended it now? At this point, Nate Robinson is claiming he's been hit in the back of the head, and he's a bit annoyed about it.
There's a problem. He wasn't hitting the back of the head, he was hitting the side of the head with a good punch.
Yeah.
And the referee gave him way more than the 10 seconds that you're supposed to have.
Nate Robinson face first down on the canvas. He doesn't look as though he's going to beat the count. Yep.
That was at least an extra second on the 6 count. Well, I've got to go around you to count another count.
NBA.
For Jake Paul.
Nate, you all right?
Oh, dear me.
Turn around, Nate. Turn around. You want to continue, Nate? Yes, I do. Come here.
At this point, you wave this off immediately.
Nope.
He is not fit to keep on fighting.
No, not in Nate's eyes.
You see, this is where you see the massive experience difference, yeah. Jake is fainting, Nate is doing nothing.
Nothing.
Jabbed, boom. Just massive difference in experience.
You okay, Nate?
And again, he's been given every opportunity by referee Thomas Taylor.
Walk back.
And he's looking like a dispirited figure up there in the boxing ring.
And again, this should have been called off then. As a referee, it's your job to make sure, especially new boxers who've never done this before, don't get knocked out cold. Obviously, you can't help if it's a one shot, but when you're clearly seeing multiple knockdowns and giving them longer time, you're asking for this shit.
And it's quite clear that Nate is doing this tonight for the very first time.
People have died in the ring. You know, it's your fucking job to make sure that this shit doesn't happen. Lovely little combination from Jake here to finish the fight. Jab. Body shot. Lovely. And he's out cold.
That's a sad moment, isn't it?
Nate Robinson, you picked this fight. Let's not forget this. Everyone's feeling sorry for Nate. He was the one who was, I'm a proper athlete. I'm going to show this YouTube bitch how real men fight. Well, you just got smoked.
And everyone said, tonight I'm fighting for my brothers in the NBA. Well, they...
Athletes across the world, and
Again,
most importantly,
my children.
Did you hear what Jake Paul said before the fight?
I'm going to eat your children.
No, he said, just to Nate's kids, please don't watch the fight because I'm going to violently knock your dad out.
And they went, we love you, YouTube.
Harsh, that, isn't it?
It's pretty harsh.
I kind of like it, though. As an entertainment side of things, it's a good line. And it was truthful. He told the truth.
Well, yeah. This frame is going to be famous forever now. For Jake Paul, knocking out a real athlete.
That's the point here that people aren't getting. I think a lot of people are criticising...
Can you not get it in your thick skull?
A lot of people are criticising Jake Paul going, well, he only knocked out... Right. And it's like... Yeah, but he's a YouTuber. YouTubers don't knock people out cold. This is the first knocked out cold YouTube fight we've seen. That's why this is impressive. Yeah, Nate Robinson was shite, but the bottom line is he's quick, he's fast, and he moves like an athlete. At least there is some form of test in front of Jake Paul. He passed it with flying colours. It doesn't mean he's the best boxer ever, but it does mean he has been more deadly in his punching ability in the last two fights than anything we've seen up until this point from YouTubers. We watched 12 rounds of Logan versus KSI, and they weren't able to hurt each other the way Jake has been able to brutally finish his last two opponents. That being said, Logan and KSI are much bigger and much stronger, I would say, and so maybe they were just better matched with each other.
Right.
So now what we're looking for from Jake is a better, stronger matchup. It seems like the KSI fight is likely.
I was sort of sick of YouTube boxing a little while ago. This shit, I want to see this shit.
Yeah, I must admit, it's exciting.
Let's go, champ. I'm ready to hear that again. Let's go, champ.
It wouldn't surprise me if we see KSI versus Jake Paul at the end of next year. KSI's got a big tour in the middle of the year. He's going to want to get through that. He's going to want to train. He's obviously got a lot of work to put in. He's been training. I think in order to beat Jake Paul, a good year under his belt would be brilliant for him.
Thank you.
In the meantime, Jake Paul has been calling out some MMA fighters. Obviously, Conor McGregor could happen someday, but that ain't going to happen anytime soon. Yeah. Conor's busy trying to get his UFC belt back. There's Ben Askren, who is not a good puncher. Dylan Dennis, who I don't know how good he is. He's Conor McGregor's training partner. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu legend. But in his MMA fight, he didn't look great on the feet. And he's great at shit-talking. That would, again, give Jake more credibility. If he was to fight him and beat him, you're beating Conor McGregor's training partner, a legend Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a current MMA fighter. That would be amazing.
A guy who's at least in the ballpark of having been in a fighting scenario before.
Loads of times.
Right.
It feels like no matter what Jake does, there's always going to be someone sitting around the corner waiting to take away from it. That being said, I do think both Logan and JJ could beat him. It just depends on what happens in the next 12 months. Who's putting in the work? Can we watch the memes?
We can see some of the memes.
I want you beat it up and put me to sleep. Oh, you want that Nate Robinson?
Oh my God.
Wow. Is that the
in the gulag? Goulash.
Whatever. Shows how much I give a fuck.
Is that the goulash?
Are we kicking a man while he's down here, Lawrence?
No, here's the real thing. I don't think when someone's been knocked out, it's the best thing to pile in on them and be like, ha ha. Loads of people have been doing that.
You wouldn't want to say someone like, out of the shame of it, do something to themselves. However, we are talking about a grown man who knew what he was getting himself involved in, was heavily paid for that, and severely underestimated Jake Paul and actually dismissed him as an opponent multiple times.
Right.
Nate Robinson. Yeah, can I get a Big Mac? Or what? Do y'all not have Big Macs? Well, we have them. We have them, but what you gonna do if I don't give it to you?
Jake then called out KSI in a weird sort of nightclub moment with his mother.
Sup, fucker?
I don't know why.
It is funny.
That's so not an English thing to do.
No.
It's sort of a sup fucker.
Most English grandmas or mothers go, she went, yeah.
You're scared, bro. I know you are. I'm a real dog. I just became the biggest prize fighter overnight. A-side. Feels good to be on the A side.
He's saying he's the A side, he's the biggest draw. It's interesting because I think in terms of the rest of the world, that viral clip of him knocking out Nate Robinson will have raised his stock. He still doesn't do the views that KSI or Logan do. While he can probably make more waves in the sport of boxing, is he the A side? I think that he's not the A side in that regard. He is still going to have to split whatever he makes 50-50 at best with KSI.
Yeah, but also that's because part of the draw here is that he is fighting another YouTuber who's of the same size as him and is going to be an interesting matchup.
You need each other. Yeah, so there isn't an A side, but I get what he means in terms of his stock's rising. He was the undercard to Logan and JJ. He's become on their level through performances rather than views.
I really like Logan's reaction. You know, some brothers jealous of the other brother. This brother?
Hatchback, we was hanging off Parkway. How the fuck we on Park South? This quarter mile of my driveway. Got money coming in 5 ways.
Would you do this if I knocked someone out?
Yeah, I'd get you all the sort of all of that.
Would you cut a video like this though, where I'm up on your shoulders and you're like, whoa, and I'm like, whoa?
I feel like we just go for a curry or something instead.
Yeah, we're quite low key in that sense. Yeah, but we'd still put the music over the top.
We would have 2 beers.
It'd be us eating the curry, but it was to be like, oh wait, 7 a.m. far away, and we'd be like,
Pass
yo,
me that poppadom.
biryani. Oh, great night.
Can I have another pint of Cobra?
Yeah,
and one for him. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
Cobra, love a Cobra. Ooh. Any more naan bread back there, please?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go mental.
Yeah.
4 Peshwari naans.
Peshwari, yes please. Yeah.
What about allergies? We don't care.
Not
he
into
just
them.
knocked someone out.
Thank you. I've got an allergy to losing.
You know, Conor McGregor, Dylan Dennis. I'm gonna knock them both out.
So tell me, what happens if Jake Paul fights Conor McGregor?
Well, Jake Paul has 2 wins in boxing. Conor McGregor has 1 loss.
Maths. You can't argue
there you
with
go.
Maths.
Jake Paul wins easy.
Yes.
No, McGregor's won so many fights by knockout in MMA against world-class opponents. All right, that isn't just boxing, but these guys have been doing stand-up for decades. He then goes into his first ever boxing match against arguably the greatest of all time. Lasts half an hour. Mayweather, eventually beat him, and it did look quite comfortable in the end. But still, he did very well, and he walks around at about 170 pounds. Jake Paul, the only advantage he has is he's bigger and stronger, and not by a massive amount. What is he? 18 pounds heavier. That is a lot, but McGregor would just dance around him and eventually pick him apart and beat him and knock him out, in my opinion.
Knockout. You're saying he'd knock him out?
Yeah.
It's like, it sounds shocking to say knockout, but actually it's not that shocking because Conor McGregor's a fighter.
The guy is professional here. Like, Jake Paul is just starting to learn something that McGregor has already been learning for over 10 years. You're just not going to make that time up in the time that you've got. I admire Jake for wanting the fight because it would be a massive money maker for him. He'd be thinking, I'm the bigger, stronger guy. If I do land, I might hurt him. I might knock him out. And it's Conor McGregor. So all of the chips would be stacked in Jake Paul's favour, because if he loses, he lost to Conor McGregor. If he wins, you fucking beat the biggest name in fighting. That's why Jake Paul is atting Conor McGregor going like that. That is why he's constantly talking about him, because it puts him in the conversation, it makes him relevant, and it's only going to make him more money. And that's the same reason why Conor McGregor has not responded in any way, shape or form, because for him, there's nothing to gain here by piss farting around with YouTubers. The reason Floyd's doing it is because Floyd can't fight top level boxers anymore. He's too past it, and he'd get chinned. He wants to dance around with these YouTubers and potentially make some money. McGregor's still trying to win world titles.
You still want to see it though, don't you?
I still want to see it. I still buy it. My money's there.
We're all buying it.
Make it, I'll buy it. But the fight to make is KSI versus Jake Paul, and I give both guys a good shot at each other. I feel like we've got enough Paul information here.
Yeah.
Actually, Logan did break up with Josie.
What?
Y'all ever see a Victoria's Secret model riding a razor?
You swear
Swear what?
that you won't flip me.
Swear I'm not gonna flip you.
Or I will be upset. Real upset.
So this is Logan and Josie
Canseco. Now, her dad is a famous baseball player.
All right, I get it. Is that why she comes from good stock?
Good stock, yeah. So they can basically hit balls really well.
And is this like romantic moments that they have?
Yeah, it's basically best moments.
Logan, if you're watching, best to
probably turn off now.
We don't want to.
I've got to admit, my couple's crush on YouTube, probably these two. I'm more of
You love them, didn't
I'm
you?
more of a Logan, Josie. You're more of a Mike, Lana. You're not really a Victoria's Secret model kind of guy. Brian doesn't go for pencils; he goes for markers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I almost.
These two look great together.
Amazing.
But I never seen that being the end thing. Logan's going to have like a life where he just goes through like woman after woman after woman. I can't see him settling down until he's like 40.
I'm going to be honest here, Brian.
Am I projecting?
I think you're projecting, yeah.
So anyway, they broke up.
Anyway, here's the podcast where they broke up, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really plan on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but also like, how are we gonna do that?
Well, Mike, we know how you're going to do that.
That's all.
With tears in your eyes on your own. Not like this.
To be fair, you absolutely nailed that video, though.
He smashed it.
Yeah, if you're going to make money off a breakup, that's ideal.
What I find amazing, how he moves these girls on one after the other after the other. He moves them on, and it's like one day they're just not here anymore, and no one ever asks any questions. This man is the untouchable, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
He is Teflon.
Yeah.
The way he just, come on then, boom, boom, boom. All right, 3 months. See ya. Next one, Victoria's Secret model. Come on down.
Come on in, baby. Progressive news in a way. You might remember the film Juno. You might also remember the film Inception. Star of that, Elliot Page, we will now call him, has become transgender. This is an actor.
Oscar nominated.
Yeah, this is an Oscar-nominated actor who's changing their gender. You fucked up by picking Elliot. If I was going to become a woman, I'd become like, Britney.
Elliot. Such a shit name.
So if you were going to go the other way, you wouldn't just go, oh, Brianna. Do you know what I mean? That would be stupid.
I actually like Brianna, so I probably would go that way.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'd love to be a woman. I'm sorry, I don't know why I come up with.
No, it's just my problem is I'd be Lauren. Boring. And don't act Lauren Alexis. It's a boring
about those
name.
Do you know those things where they can change your face into
a woman? Have you ever done that?
Sidemen did it, didn't they? Okay, so let's have a talk about which is the prettiest Sidemen member as a woman.
Zerka definitely wouldn't look like that as a woman. Quite pretty.
I mean, not too bad.
Is that Josh? He looks kind of nice, as a female. Raw. Harry, oh my God.
Harry looks like Hermione Granger there.
No, worse. Harry's that friend that you go,
worse?
Yeah, you're a good friend.
Good personality.
Yeah.
Vic looks fantastic there.
Yeah, Vic looks great.
Vic definitely better as a woman.
That's so mean.
What?
Vic's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, but that's an upgrade.
Oh yeah, the hair definitely is
It's a massive upgrade.
Just tell me, would you fuck him?
Put the makeup
Yes
on.
or no,
now,
Brian?
think
Yes
about
or no,
it.
Brian?
Put the makeup on.
Right.
We'll think about it.
Right.
It looks like a little bit of a painting,
Yeah, see?
Oh, they've done them dirty.
Them really dirty.
That's not nice.
Yeah, I mean, even Zerka's sort of confused by it in that
Young
sense.
minds will want their logo removed from that.
Simon is a distinctly average woman. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I think he looks a bit like sort of a librarian there or something.
Yeah.
Awkwardly, I think I've been with someone who looks quite like that.
God.
Do we do ours or not?
How do we do ours?
Oh, bro, you're the tech fucking geek. I haven't got a clue.
A few moments later.
You're quite hot.
This does not look like me, Lawrence.
That's you.
It looks like...
It's you.
It looks like Logan Paul's dad more than it looks like me.
Exactly. It's you as a woman.
Can I take another photo? This doesn't even look like me.
Okay. I can't believe that you're posing thinking that this is going to make the outcome better. Look at your fucking beard.
I want to look like the pretty me, and you can't stop me.
Tale as old as time.
Are you saying I look like the Beast?
No. Here's the thing. People will say you look like the Beast when actually I've got an image of you looking like Belle.
No, but even as a woman, I look like a man. I can't even be a woman if I want to. Can we see you now, prick?
No, I'm just doing you as the Spice Girls. That's amazing. You look sexy.
I don't know why this is so funny.
I would look horrific as a woman, is what we found out here.
Like, we both look like too manly for this shit to work on.
Right, yeah, that's
We're
my
just
problem.
such alpha fucking males.
I want to see one look like his Cameron Diaz.
It's just mental.
Wow, look at that. Just to finish on Elliot Page, we're very supportive of this. It's easy to trivialize someone going from being a woman to being a man.
I wasn't trivializing that. I just want to see what I would look like.
Right, but it's a huge life decision. And I've got to admit,
I think it's positive.
After seeing ourselves as women, we're both having second thoughts. So we realize how serious this is for someone.
What was nice about this statement is that there's been a lot of acknowledgement on the actual hardship that people who are trans suffer.
In 2020 alone, it's reported that at least 40 transgender people have been murdered.
So while this could have all have been about Elliot's transition into being a man, it's actually a lot of it is, while this spotlight is on me, I'm going to divert it to stuff that actually needs talking about. And now we're talking about it. I feel like because I really could give two shits what people are, what they want sexually, what they class themselves as, you forget that there's a lot of people out there who still really do not only care about this, but hate people for what they're into or what their choices are. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't impact you at all, really, does it?
2020, mate. You know what I mean? There's more important things to fucking worry about than what people want to do with their organs.
I can just imagine a lot of those people sort of bursting into the home when these people are about to have sex with someone else and going, oh, you can't? No way!
Don't pop knob in a arsehole.
Not in the arse or in the fanny that they've,
whatever they've got.
They can pop it wherever they want.
Do what you want.
Ultimately, you can fucking armpit for a week hair. Do you know what I mean? You ever tried that?
It's a crease.
You ever tried that?
It's a crease.
You ever tried a knee? Some people put the feet together and then...
Sort of like that.
Yeah. Sort of like a foot vagina in a sense. Or a foot arsehole. Never thought of it. Now thought of it.
Never. But now, tonight's
the foot night.
The world is your oyster. The world is your feet.
Did you say the world is your feet?
Oh, I just want to say before we move on, well done to the Sidemen as well, but because we did mention them there. They hit 10 million subscribers on their channel. They've helped us out over the years. We've had a lot of banter with them, but we do love them. So well done, lads.
Wow. We've had a lot of banter with them. Ball wipes. That's how we're going to start.
Yo, bro, you got some crusty balls.
Imagine your balls smelling like that.
Genuinely, that's quite nice, that, isn't it?
That's a good scent for whoever's down there.
But it isn't scented. So, I'm going to be honest, if someone was to say, go near them afterwards in intercourse, they're not going to be like, oh, I'm not licking that. That's like perfume.
Yeah.
No, it's very natural.
It's feasible that your balls would smell like this. Go on, do it.
What, in half an hour? Takes a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a big old sack. I'm a 2-wiper.
Wow. Wow, you're a double wiper.
Yeah.
You do the front and the back.
At least.
One per ball, I suppose.
Get in there.
This is called the weed whacker. Do you know how you do that? You just...
I was planning on keeping that as...
well, that's the great thing. All you need to do is do that, and that gets rid of all the hair.
Well, could you not empty your hair from your nose out onto my fucking table?
Where's my side of the desk? Oh, do you eat dinner over
We were actually messaging in the middle of the week going, this weed whacker's pretty good, isn't it? Do you know the thing with Manscaped? I don't need to do anything anymore. Like, I don't need to go to the barbers or out, you know what I mean? Just do my hair, do my fucking everything. I'm good. This is the Lawnmower 3.0.
3.0. Honestly, I didn't think they could improve it, but they brought this one out.
They've done it. They've leveled it up. They're like us. They keep leveling up. They keep leveling up.
Do you see this here? Look at this. Do you see that?
It's got a light on it.
Yeah. Do you know why? So you can see what you're shaving. You know, sometimes you look down and you're like, it's a bit dark in this bathroom.
Under this sack.
Not anymore.
So I just want to say genuinely, we do actually love Manscaped. They're a great brand, very easy to work with for us. Quality products. We couldn't be happier. If you guys want to get in on your Manscaped action, then the link is manscaped.com/true for 20% off and free shipping.
That's fantastic. 20% off and free shipping. You couldn't ask for any more.
You can look just like us.
If you knew how these looked, you would be so impressed right now. Neither of us are wearing trousers.
Pristine condition.
Thank you. Back to true news. Yeah.
So the good news, if we do want to go to America, lads, there's a vaccine now for COVID. So get that, pop that in your arse or wherever else you want to.
Just put it in the arm.
I don't know where
just in the arm. Now, as you may have noticed, the government are actually quite proud of this because Britain, we're the first country in the world to have it, Brian. The first country.
Why are we the first?
Let's let the actual government, who went on the fucking radio to announce this, have a bit of a victory lap, all right? Finally, the government has done something right. Let's hope they can launch it.
This is Gavin Williamson.
A guy who obviously is an expert in medicine, as he's the education secretary.
Well, I just reckon we've got the very best people in this country, and we've obviously got the best medical regulators, much better than the French have, much better than the Belgians have, much better than the Americans have. That doesn't surprise me at all because we're a much better country than every single one of them.
Right, okay, sorry. Just to be absolutely clear, Gavin, you know when you go on the radio and you have a good interview, when you get excited at the end and they go, Gavin, we're going to let you go in a minute, you've got to keep the veneer up, mate. You can't just go, absolutely, we're better than America, the people we're going to try and trade with from now on. Didn't go down well in America. He's literally handing this guy an open goal. He's going, mate, all you need to say now is, actually...
Brexit was great.
Brexit really helped us.
Even though we haven't got a deal yet.
And Nick Ferrari can go, brilliant, Gavin Williamson, thank you very much. Goodbye. Gavin Williamson goes, no.
We're better than everyone.
We're better than all of them. All of them.
I am
Britain. Good
old Adolf had a similar attitude. Look how well that worked out.
People in this country are going to be the first ones in the Western world to get that Pfizer, or in the world to get that Pfizer vaccine. Real competitive advantage.
You know what it is, and that's what I love about it, and that's what this government is always measuring. How can we get a competitive advantage? The citizens are all right? Doesn't matter. Do we have the competitive advantage on the rest of the world? I know what I think when I think of a vaccine. I think, is this going to give us the competitive advantage in the business market?
Well, because we'll be more alive than they will.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be more people alive, quite literally, than the people who don't have the vaccine. And you know what? That's something to celebrate.
Fuck them.
Yeah, people are dying in other countries, but we aren't, and that's good.
I really feel a bit bad because we do have a lot of fans from around the world who are tuning in right now, and it pains me to say, no, we're better than you.
We're just better. That's not us saying that. That's our government saying that.
So,
all right?
Who are we to disagree?
Yeah, and the government, they've never been swept away by anything, right? These guys have been totally reasonable and level-headed all the way through.
There is one problem. It would appear here that Boris might not have been completely truthful about some of the things he said.
No, that's not true.
No, this might shock you.
No,
you remember how Boris had the microwave-ready Brexit deal?
Oh, absolutely. What, the oven-ready one as well? It's ready for any of them.
It was one of them.
Yeah.
Well, this woman in the EU, she basically thinks we're getting bullshitted. So
Boris Johnson has been lying to the people in the UK. The £350 million for the NHS after Brexit. No customs checks between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK.
La 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 la.
We're the
we
best.
got the vaccine first.
You don't like that? We're the best.
We're the ones. We can go off and invade other countries again now. It's what we do best.
She doesn't want to hear it.
No, I don't want to hear it. No. Boris Johnson did a good job. He found the better science, Brian. Do you remember this? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go!
Food reviewer.
Oh.
I do reviews on the YouTube.
Why?
You never knew such a cool dude.
Oh.
I keep it so fly.
Why?
Do you know why?
Oh.
It's 'cause I know whether to buy that food.
Alright, so the people that get me the stuff to try, they got me Auntie's spotted dick. It should be Uncle's spotted dick. Alright, why does Auntie have dick? That does not make sense to me.
I love him already.
There you go.
I'm not really even too sure what this is. I mean, it looks like alright. It smells alright. I smelt it. It does not smell like dick.
It doesn't look great.
Do you like spotted dick or not?
What is that again?
It's like a pudding with raisins in and stuff. I'm not a big fan.
I like pudding. Oh God, that really doesn't look appetizing like that, does it? It looks like some sort of jelly thing that comes out with like a dog dish.
It looks a little bit caramelized, I'll give you that.
Does not really resemble a dick at all. But who would I, how would I know?
You do have one.
He's really defensive.
Deliciously moist spotted dick steamed puddings with sultanas and raisins. I don't know what a sultana is.
I think you're going to love them. Sultanas are nice.
This is not bad.
You can really hear his mouth, can't you, in this?
I like that. I like the mouth sounds. I want to feel like I'm in the room.
Yeah, but you don't want to have the...
No, on a food guy, you do. It's not about being polite. It's about really feeling like you're there.
Yeah, but I can see him chewing. I don't need him to audibly tell me. Yeah, don't do that. Yes.
You got this. This is like a British thing. So there's a lot of British or European British people that watch this.
He's finally acknowledged us.
You're welcome.
Finally acknowledged us.
That's the closest thing we'll get to a shout out.
By the way, it's time for Blue Van Man.
We have come to Starbucks and we are going to review a couple of things. Well, we're going to review 4 things as a matter of fact.
Have you got a different drink to me?
I've got a different drink. You've got the eggnog latte.
Ooh.
Eggnog. That is good. That's got a...
Yeah.
There's just something about Dave that is so enchanting about him.
He's so animated, isn't he?
He's so charismatic. I don't know what it is.
I think he's better than Carl Pilkington. I think he's actually like another level.
That is a big shout.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a big shout.
And here's the thing I'll give Dave credit for. YouTubers, generally, when they don't edit their stuff, they're very, very boring.
No charisma.
Right? A handful of YouTubers out there can carry long-form stuff. They're always entertaining.
Very few of us. Very few of us.
We're an exclusive club. Dave's in that club, though.
He's 3.
He's always entertaining. It doesn't matter how long you spend with him, how long you watch him. It's very rare where you go, this is getting boring now.
It's nutmeg.
Nutmeg. Yeah, you're getting the nutty nutmeg. Little bit nutty.
Little bit nutty.
It's
I
such
love
a
him.
weird thing.
That's nice, but I prefer the eggnog.
Yeah. What would make this better is a bit of wazzy cream on the top. Wouldn't it? Can't we scoop your cream?
I'm not saying anything.
Oh.
I knew Dave would make a joke about creaming in his van again.
See, this is love. Letting her nick your cream. Letting her have me cream. Oh, another innuendo.
What I want to see, ideally, is some sort of Blue Van Man Christmas dinner thing. I want to watch them have their Christmas dinner.
Oh God, that's
could you film it for us, guys,
we
please?
can film it.
I mean, we're going to be busy. We're going to be busy.
Yeah,
we're
film it in
making
the new
a
year,
lot
though.
this month.
Film it in the new
Can
year.
you just
though.
calm the fuck down? We've got a lot on.
Film it in the new year.
That was true news, guys. It's been a fun one.
Thanks a lot for spending time with us. We really appreciate it.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. All of that shit.
Oh, hit the links for the sponsors because we really need to impress them. Thanks.
Also, we'll see you on Twitch when we're live. Catch you soon. See ya.